YouTube. Forgot to. On the vertical stream. Streaming 3 places simultaneously. I thought about Kick, but then I looked at Kick. The content seems very odd on Kick. It's a lot of like IRL, like prank streamers. And I looked up Final Fantasy. There's like no Final Fantasy channel. Huh. It's odd. It is in these lands that the keys to the knowledge I seek are found. Many reasons did I toil to fashion a net across this vast realm. A net that catcheth not fish, but nuggets of wisdom more valuable than gold. Much have I learned, but the essence of the primals is ever shifting. No dusty tomb doth capture in ink what these terrible beings have now become. Thus, I presume to unsheathe the blade born of light. Thine is the strength that shattereth the stoutest barriers, and doth pierce that which obfuscates the impotent gaze of ordinary men. We have not the luxury of time required for my measured scholarly pace. For the adder's nest is astir, hissing with the news of Garuda's return. Her winds have grown ever more violent, ever more destructive. What lieth behind the sudden waxing of power? The answer may well prove a vital piece in the puzzle of the primal's existence. Mine eyes perceived a looming wall of strife, poised to crash down upon our cities with unrestrained fury. For the nonce, you must pacify the Lady of the Vortex. Okay, this is extreme mode, probably. Swiftly now, to the Adder's Nest, High Servant Commander Hailu will have such details as thou needest to proceed. I shall await thee at the Waking Sands. Pray for thy success. Okay, so that's probably extreme, which we need a dedicated group for. So we're not going to do that one. What we are going to do is coils. Because coils, you can also do like sinks, low item level, all that stuff. But it would probably be very hard to find a group for that. I haven't seen Alice in forever. It has been a while, adventurer. As I recall, my brother Alphanod took the liberty of introducing us when we first and last we met. But for the sake of propriety, I'll say Leveler. Leveler. We're going for that. I thank you for coming. I've heard much and more of your exploits. By your hand the Black Wolf is slain, his ultimate weapon destroyed. You are possessed of such great strength and courage. That much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of ether below the surface, among other phenomena. This led to the formation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. Morning, Dishu. Welcome to the stream. Like the title says, it's post A Realm Reborn content. So I've reached level 50, I've done like the main story, and now we're doing some of the content they threw in after the campaign. One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Occidens that extends only to the gods nowhere. Despite appearances, Castrum Occidens is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius van Belsar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from the deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and ever since I've been given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanished, together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of my grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. In casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails the world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find them, Jack. Truth be told, I am not wont to rely upon others. Yeah, she just pieced out. We met her, and then she just left. Haven't seen her for, 30 levels? And have thus far handled matters alone, yet I am not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I would find a way to restore peace to Eorzea. If you desire the selfsame, then aid me, as you aided my brother in the silence. I am in your debt. You are a man of action, in a sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As mentioned, Castromocydon straddles the cavern I wish to explore. If I am to have hope of reaching it alive, I need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path to the depths. Once you have done so, pray report your success to Storm Private Jabroka. You may consider her my assistant here in Wineport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. 12 speed your way. This is probably the last piece of content we're doing before we do the MSQ. Because it's heavily story-based. There's a lot of other stuff to do, but it's more like unlocking classes or hard mode dungeons, which are cool. And if I was, staying at level 50, I would definitely do. But story stuff is the important stuff. Fight your way. I suppose back in the day at this point you didn't have flying yet, so you actually had to go all the way through here. Not currently. I still don't know how this thing is flying. Look at the size of the wings, and I am enormous. I've been expecting you, Jack. By your coming, I take it you have successfully located the cavern entrance inside Castromocydon. So that's where it's to be found. Marvelous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabroka is my name, and it is my honor to serve Lady Alice. Though for reasons of convenience, at present I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform accords me certain privileges, as you see. In particular, ready access to the Maelstrom's regional scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages. But enough about me. I shall notify Lady Alice of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though I don't doubt your abilities, none can say what dangers lurk beneath Castromocydon. For my lady's sake as well as your own, please spare it neither preparation nor caution. Pray choose your companions well. That would be the case if I was level 50 and my gear level 50. But we are very strong, and we're level 53. The only way to make this hard would be to go... It like syncs your item level in this game. You can choose to do that. So you can do the encounters as close as you can to what they were at the time. I mean, it's not going to be because all the abilities are like modernly updated. So it's still going to be easier. But there is the ability to do that. But I'm just out of curiosity. We're going to see if there's any party finder. Yeah, there's nothing. World? It seems like all RP. Yep, all RP stuff. So, in order to do this, like, the hard way, we would have to probably find a Final Fantasy Discord that's dedicated to doing stuff the hard way. So, that would take a while, and I can do that at any time, because it syncs down, so I could do it later, hard mode, if I wanted to. So, oh, we can do anyone we want. Do turn 1. Good God. Huh. Let's try as a tank. Did I have anything else selected? I did not. I think this is going to be hard anywhere we do it. This must not be part of the, like, rotation max levels want to do. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, here's what we can do. We can stay in this queue, and we can continue the main story quest. Alright, now this we can do. This is the end of Crystal Tower. So we'll do that. And we'll just stay in that queue. Hopefully, good things happen. The Alliance raid was awesome, though. It's a really cool system because, like, I'm a newer player. It threw me in a big raid, which kind of, shows you that system. But it's also a great mix of players. It's new players, it's older players, and the mechanics aren't too hard, but they are there, and if you don't do them, like we wiped once. It's not like LFR in WoW, where it's just, turn your brain off. And it felt really epic, because we had 24 people in there. Cannot express how glad I am you returned safely, Jacked, and with the means to dispel the threat of the Crystal Tower for good. Rest if you will, and let us free ourselves from the specter of the Elegans. Alright. I trust you have rested, my friend. Good. I wish to seal the tower now, but there is something we must do first. Let us summon the others and hear in full what happened beyond the rift. So we're concluding what we did yesterday, or 2 days ago. So the Allegan eye that runs in Graha's line does mean that royal blood flows in his veins. Suppose it is not so odd to think his forebears gained it via ancient technology. But who imbued his family with the blood and for what purpose? Mayhap all this was fate, from discovering the tower to Graha gaining Unai and Doga's blood. Has Graha said anything? No, has Graha said anything? For that matter, where is Graha, and what of Nero? I'm not sure about a resident historian, but Nero left the tower with me. Where he's vanished to since, I cannot say. But knowing him as I do, I don't believe he'll scheme against us for the time being. Though he is still Nero. Again, we haven't come to terms with the fact that Nero's like a mass murderer. Still saved him. In fact, you see Graha stayed behind at the Crystal Tower. I wonder if he even now prepares to seal the place off. Mr. Rambrose! Mr. Rambrose! Tis Graha, sir. He came into the Crystal Tower and began ordering researchers out. What? Why would he do such a thing? I do not know, sir, but he was quite insistent. He all but bloody forced me out of the gates. I suppose it's possible he told one of the others, but I wasted no time in finding out. I thought it best to hasten back here and ask for your guidance. Very well. Let us go and speak with these researchers and get to the bottom of this queer business. Master Garland, Jacked, please come with me. No doubt Graha means to seal off the Crystal Tower, but it worries me that he did not breathe a word of his plan to us. Alright. I wonder if more than 30 minutes is the highest integer they'll put on there. You can summon your chocobo while running. I did not know that. Definitely can't do that in WoW. What in the world is Graha thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you want to know why. I wish I knew that myself. Of course he would tell me nothing, but he will be honest with you, sir. I'm certain of it. Go no further, my friends. The doors will close ere long. So you are of mind to seal the tower, Graha. I know time is of the essence, but all I ask is a hint of your plan. Please, come here so we can discuss this. No, my apologies, but I cannot. Come on, man. What is this nonsense? If aught is amiss, surely we can help. Not this time, my friend. Just as Une and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too I must fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain with Alag. Or rather, 'twas there the wish I must grant was born. You see, not all the world perished in Zande's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Alag, looking to the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. Yet they hoped its spires would again dominate the land and prayed that the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to people everywhere. Word of this soon reached the only member of Alag's royalty to outlive the Empire, the Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of Alag's technology to give her blood and memories to he whom she trusted most. That man was my forebear. For millennia we waited. Alag's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. But before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all this returned to me. And now, I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope. Graha, the tower's strength poses too great a threat to Eorzea now. We would need technology as advanced as Alag's to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. Else, we never fully comprehend them. 'Tis as you say, Cid. We could wait for someone someday to reach the same heights as Alag. But by then, we will have lost the royal blood and the means to control the tower. But what if I do as Aemon did, put the tower into a deep sleep? What? You cannot mean that. I am deadly serious, Cid. The tower may only be used once men rival the Allagans in knowledge. I will slumber within Circus Tower until then. Makes sense. To greet those with the means to open the gates. Then I will guide them. And thus this tower will shine forth as a beacon of hope it was meant to be. It is the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true. Wonder if this comes back later. The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go, create a future where hope reigns. The tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things. Nothing we say will make you change your mind, will it? I mean, that makes sense. Onwards to a brighter future. It won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it. What? We'll even catch up with the lag, just you wait. We'll cover all that lost ground before you even know it. Well said, Wedge. It'll only be a few years before we can come knocking, Graha. Then you're in for a rude awakening. You shall be witness to Noah's accomplishments, pray to keep alive our successes, and forgive us our failures. And may we meet again, my friend. The 12 keep you until then, Rambrose. I look forward to learning of your exploits, and you too, Jack. I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Well, now I must rest. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of your courage and the ancients' wish. Makes sense. We shouldn't be playing around with that stuff because we don't know how to use it. We could cause another cataclysm. The logic holds. Give me 1 second. So I had an AC tech come and had to respond to a few texts. Because you can't have no AC in Texas. It is unlivable. The tower slumbers again, then. Too quiet for my taste. Again, it was never addressed. This guy killed thousands of people. We just kind of shook our finger at him like, oh, Nero. Goodbye, Sid. I must put all of this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow. A new dawn has come for me. And we're done. I mean, the quest line was a ton of exposition, but I have to take the context in which it came out. This came out like week to week, so you did one part of it, then you had a time off. Then another part, then you had a time off. Whereas now you do it all at once. So it can be a lot of exposition. Doing it now. Sorry, I responded to one more text from the tech. You have just missed Sid, Jack. There's much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Graha's wishes, it seems. This is not the end of Noah, no matter how lonely Saint Koinek's find has become of our friend's departure. We must all walk in different directions now. Remember that we labor for the brighter future, lit by Graha's beacon. Sealing the tower was but the first step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. Elegant Catalyst. What does that do? Oh, just crafting. So if I was at level 50 and wanting cool stuff, it would do that. Let's optimize. I've completed the Crystal Tower series. Sweet. Yeah, I'm in queue for coils, but average wait time, more than 30 minutes. So I'm just going to stay in queue while I do other stuff. Oh yeah, next I was going to... I know there's a lot of post-MSQ stuff to do. So we'll start doing that. Maybe someday this will pop. Yeah, probably won't, but I can always just keep queuing it as I do MSQ and stuff, and eventually, hopefully it'll pop. Alright, post-MSQ questing. Jax? It pleases me to see you well. Well, I know people use Party Finder for... if you're trying to do, like, the hard mode of it. Do excuse me for interrupting, Jack. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports, has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Oh, Coral 1-5, only one difficulty. Okay. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Balsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world will have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interest of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage can empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure. We cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on the matter. Yeah, you can't stay neutral if you start accepting stuff. There's a similar thought in the Dresden Files, where there's this, like, international council of wizards, like the Wizards Council. And they have very strict rules, and they don't get involved in most affairs that don't involve things magical. Because once they do, there's no end to it. Like, they made a point, because our main character is from the US, it's like, well, and he wants them to get involved in something, and like, well, if we did that, we'd also have to get involved in other things. Like, we would have had to stop Europeans from killing Native Americans. And like, once you start going down that road, it's like, alright, now you're involved in everything or nothing. So, the Scions pretty much deal with the primals mostly, it seems. And like, big, significant threats. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Leminson sent word of summoning of Titan. And mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlwib that her people had broken the treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, and that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Leminsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already awakened our claim to neutrality. Weakened our claim to neutrality. The path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. I gotta look up something real quick. Alright, sorry, we're back. Thancred. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief among the refugees in Alamigo that the refugees in Alamigo could be liberated if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Jack. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately. Of course you have, Ida. But Papi Yuma keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, nearly abandoning your principles nice, you know? No one can deny we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie at the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Uldo now and be done with it. Quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst with the other research over their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiance and defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. The sacred shard shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite. Yeah, I got the next primal quest. I'm pretty sure it's for extreme, which I'm not going to do, because that requires a dedicated group of people, and it's very hard. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I, too, have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Jack. Alphanod, Jack, does aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the signs of the seventh dawn must leave Ulda. Must do what? So long as we remain within Ulda territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetherite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. That's why we have to pray a return to the Wakened Sands with our tickets. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ulda is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. And I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ulda and our people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community forged through years of concerted effort. Uldar is our home, Alphanod. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose, which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as Louisois. That will be all, Alphanod. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Ooh. We fightin'. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. You're such a douche. Shade everywhere. Give me crit. Guessing that's not even an upgrade because we got a lot of gear. Yep. Levolda, has it truly come to this? Oh, Jack. Pray attend to Alphinaud. He is engaged in some serious business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphinaud waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Okay. Mom and Dad are fighting. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Menphilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. These names. Flamen? Flamen was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Shalarian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Menphilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamen's absence stretched for months to years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamen is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, sent word that a woman matching the songstress' description has been seen, of late, at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could proceed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Menphilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lanoska at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Sure. Let's do it. Hey, I got a healer. Look at that. We're getting there. Cool. Hey, it's one step closer. I want to check on these guys. They've been here for months. Still chilling. Working hard? Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's bane, Jack, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamen? You mean to tell me this goddess made of flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, man, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Jeez. Okay. Oh, for shame, to think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff of the West, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. Why, is it? Thank you, Master Gigaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places where she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. So, well, if it isn't Jack, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. So I'm guessing it's not Minfilia's mom, it's an imposter. Or maybe she's a zombie. So she smells. Eh? You wanna know if I seen Makota last by the name of Philemon? Flamin? I wish. I haven't seen the last of any description for far too bloody long. Shamani Lamani, my favorite name. I see you have had a great many adventures since we last spoke, Jack. You must share them with me sometime. Girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. Okay, maybe she's not dead. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation, and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south of the Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. Flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. The one good thing about these post-MSQ quests is we can fly now. Hey, found her already. Big grit. What's up? Wait. If she's a cat lady, how does that work genetically? As Minfilius, definitely not. I am in your debt, stranger, and did not realize my activities had aroused the Gabu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and... Flamin? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia? You're the very picture of health, my lady. Yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well... That does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lvanotska aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have all had what we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, per se. Cool. Minfilia was adopted. Spoilers! How dare you? They just told me. No. Well, I missed it. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Yep. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood, come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. We can pray return together. Well, it's the first time it's done that. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamin? Asilia. Aww. I haven't seen her like this in years, Jack. I never truly believed when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success, and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Salseria perfume, he remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I do not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Jack, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Jack. Thank you both. Gotcha. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. When I was a child, he brought me from here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear there is much I do not know, but you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. The cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning to me? Returning this to me. Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you may still go, must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I have failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. This is fortuitous. This seems like there's something nefarious going on. Lamin. You built it once, Asilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Alphina, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow scions and send word to the students of Baldesion. Preparations begin at once. That was a creepy zoom. Why did that zoom like that? Currency. No poetics. I wanted to get the bow, but I don't want to spam more hard modes. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original camp, Revenant's Toll, would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still going and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such potential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphanod, if I need to concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit to you that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild and Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanod, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it pleases you, I will do. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Jack, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaftborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate. Fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well. It would seem that your reputation precedes you, Jack. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far. There's already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. This is me resting. Jack, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphanod has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Yes, ma'am. Morning, Andrew. You have that as your profile picture? Those guys are horrifying. You're here, good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded, and our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and materials support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordana, the Rising Stones. Yay, go team. Bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I'd come to look forward to Tataru's tales of her many guests and their many, many demands. The Waking Sands to the Rising Stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. I think everyone already knows. Are you sure that is wise, antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst-kept secret in Eorzea. I agree. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Whew. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It's my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Go team. I thought I queued for unsync coils. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamen to teach me the basics of mining, too. You starting a Tataru storyline? Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphanut, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, a sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slapbarn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Jack. No. I'll just wait then. I'd like to do it in an actual group. It might not happen for days, but I want to see what it's like. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, Jack. You have something for me, yes? Yes, I do. We're doing questing via logistics. Let's see now. Everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Heh. I just. Oh, you're almost done with FF10. Nice. Back to the work of a dozen men, I see. But you just made that joke, sir. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern, where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be a good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Oh, got a Bluetooth. Is that you, Jack? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have the most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? It's getting crazy out there. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that we'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. I never got to endgame in FF10. Again, I only rented it once from Blockbuster back in the day. Tataru. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but it did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Alright. A lot of back and forth going on right now. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come too soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. I heard the word primal, so I came in. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Jacked. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be any truth in my suspicion, 'tis a familiar foe we face, the one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions about the evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to the ones observed more than 5 years ago, though I had hoped for the Muggle's Guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, the disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hylu. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Jacked. Ida and Papayimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. And we're moving. I'm gonna ban a bot. Talked to this guy a lot. Oh, the other one is Garuda Extreme. Pleasure to see you as always, Jacked. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I can think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Jacked. Jacked of the Scions. Much to deduce from your stern expression that you have heard of the disturbing news. Garuda returns once more to plague our nightmares. After this incarnation of Our Lady, it's more odd than we have yet witnessed. If you're prepared to face this roiling storm, then I will brief you on what must be done. Oh, I think I selected the wrong quest. Might as well knock this out while I'm here. We first learned of Garuda's return when the primal fell upon the Blue Badgers as they sought to construct a new watchtower. The devastation was absolute. According to the report of the one surviving engineer, Garuda invoked the most horrific gale with but a gesture of a taloned hand. The powerful winds tore apart the half-built tower, crushing the workers and scattering their broken bodies like dolls. By all accounts, it appears the Lady of the Vortex has grown stronger with this summoning. She must be stopped before the casualties are allowed to pile any higher. But as you might imagine, the Ixal, eager to please their bloody goddess, are engaging our troops on every front. I have not the soldiers to spare for a primal hunting expedition. Thus I send word of the Scions to beg the aid of proven champions. You and your companions are our best hope for freeing Gridania from this rampaging fiend. I ask that you confront Gerudo in a customary domain, the Howling Eye. Such a titanic conflict is best confined to Ixali lands, to which you agree. So I imagine the Birdmen have since made adjustments to their crystal. The Beastman Aetherat found within the talent remains the surest means of entry, and the 12 strength in your arm. Okay. So that's extreme, which we're not going to do. Because that requires a dedicated group of people. Let's see. Let's hide you. Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Cop visited the Otter's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. Spoken of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire 12's wood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise our role in dealing with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Cop himself. He waits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Cool. I can just walk over there. Oh, they're doable? Alright, I might do that at some point then. The other signs have arrived already, sir. May I show you in? Yes. Oh yay, County Senna. My favorite.
Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Koopa. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no...
Calm yourself, Kuplo Cop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, Jack, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. I'm County Senna, and I talk like this. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Cop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moogle the XII has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know, truth to tell. I myself cannot say for sure if he's a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Google mythology. Kuplo here would have believed me the former.
Once upon a time, where Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, with a literal endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Moogle the 7th, right? May his glorious name live forever. No, 12th. I'm done. Decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two rooms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moogle the 12th, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kurpo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Moogle the 12th. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens, so that Moogle kind would last no peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I bet he tied the rope with something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea. The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It's our belief that good King Moogle the 12th is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Gerudo humbled and the Ultima Weapon destroyed, what new threat would have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought under the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. It's you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength. The latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moogles God are afraid of what tomorrow will bring. and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. The fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Muggles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Moogle the XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact.
Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean?
We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of a primal.
We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Moogle kind, but to Gordania as a whole. Thus we do beseech you, Jack, to confront good King Moogle the XII and drive him from our midst.
Sure.
Humbly I do thank you. The sanctuary of Moogle's Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isum Yan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further.
Gonna kill a Moogle. Alright, I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave this queue probably, because I know we have to fight this guy. Wait, oh no, there. No, maybe he's right outside. Yeah, I remember this from the documentary. This fight seems random. And it is. But they made it because they were ready to release Leviathan. Which is obviously, you know, a very famous summon. But that was right before the giant tsunami that hit Japan. So, probably in good taste, they delayed Leviathan for like a year. And they made this instead. Welcome, Jack, welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Moogle for the 12th is of great comfort, to me and the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. So that's why it seems so random that they just threw in a Moogle boss in the MSQ. It's because they kind of had to. The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the selfsame method employed 5 years ago when the King was first summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians, who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. With the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles Guard themselves, yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's Sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labour any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplo Kop's keystones jacked. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He waits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Lancers Guild. No, I don't want to be a conjurer. Didn't sleep very well last night because our air conditioning was out, so it was like 90 degrees inside. Not very fun. Whoops, where am I going here? Yeah, hard to sleep when it's that hot.
So, how did you do it? Oh, I told you about that. Well, if there is truly no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead.
What's up, fellas?
Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him.
What's up?
We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us by consorting with this Rogadin. Imperials, Gridani, and Sylph, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmoogles, he plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplo Kop will answer for his crime soon enough. As will all who defied the will of good King Moogle the XII. May he reign forever, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies, Kupo. We gotta stop him before it's too late. Goodness of the Thorn Arch is deep within the Bible Pass, Kubo. If you take me there, I can nullify their word, but be warned. The Moogle's guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them. So you'll need to protect me, Kubo.
This is the first escort quest. Alright, you just walk the whole way. How fast are you? You're very slow. It's a common complaint with escort quests and WoW is that they're never moving quite the right speed. Especially if they're auto-running. They tend to auto-run either slightly faster than your walk, but slower than your run. So you can't just walk along with them. Not the squirrels! Buddy, you can aggro that? No. Get out of the AoE, buddy. Oh, they ignore me. Good to know. I almost don't want to say that word. Bad breath is like the worst ability to be cast against you in all of the Pixel games. It basically uses every debuff in the game on you. See ya. Yeah, it's awful. Especially when it happens at a point where you don't have like the cure-all like Super Asuna thing, so you have to use like, oh crap. So you have to use like different abilities or different items to cure each individual thing. So once he does bad breath, you have to cast like 4 spells to get all the crap off you. It's rough.
Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the word. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to an etherhead, Kupo. I'll open the way for you.
We have a naked person here. Hello.
The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach these foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back to whence he came.
Okay. So now I have to leave my queue. The silent, slow, heavy, blind. Yep. That sounds like the Pixel version of it. Alright. Withdraw. Thorn March. "12 minutes. Okay, what about you? and a duty. That will definitely help. Oh, there you go. So you're on healer. Okay. Come on, DPS, come back to your computer. You can do it. Yeah, I didn't think this one would take long, considering it's part of the MSQ. And there are a lot of new people playing this game, which is really cool. So we have to remember, they threw this one together last minute. This whole storyline and the fight, so we'll see how it goes, mechanics-wise. Because they spent a lot of time in Leviathan and then didn't release it.
Well, the 7 holes a day. Meddling adventurers, I'd wager.
So I can see this being like a cool moment of levity.
To arms, defend the king!
Considering what was going on in Japan at the time. Alright, good fight. Seems like a spread mechanic. I still haven't done the Hall of a Novice new quest. You can't stun these guys, good to know. But I haven't done the Hall of a Novice thing, but these mechanics have been very intuitive to figure out. So I haven't been let down by not doing it.
They're no match for our king.
Where's he at? Great music. Jesus. Reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street. Not Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween. Right, those aren't actual mobs. Pull them away from that. Palm Holy. Don't you hear? This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene. It's definitely slightly inspired by that. But cool fight though. It's just, designers just had a lot of fun. Oh. one goes, then this one, and the last one. We did it.
You did it, Cooper, you did it. Good King Moogle the XII, may his mighty soul rest in pieces no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, Jack. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You go and tell me Packet the king is no more, Cooper. She's the Rhea O at Camp Tranquil, and she can relay the news to the chieftain.
Okay, before we do that... Moogle weapons make the Moogle sound. It's a nice touch. I did get a coffer. Let's see what's in there. That was pretty cool. I was expecting you. The Adventurers Guild was asked to assist with the new training courses for the Eorzean Alliance. I notice you have yet to complete all of the trials on offer. If I may be so bold, I strongly recommend doing so, as the knowledge gained from them will surely pay off, no matter where the fair winds take you. All in Novice offers a comprehensive series of training exercises for adventurers wishing to prepare themselves for the rigors of party combat. Would you like to register for a course? Oh. Deadly party. Welcome, Master ARR. In this training exercise, we will have you carry out a variety of common evasive maneuvers. Sounds great. My agent here will serve as your opponent. Try to get a sense of her oncoming attacks and handle them accordingly. Take your starting position when you are ready to begin. You doubtless know no few magics strike a wide radius around a given target. The mark of such an attack will often look like this. So that's the spread mechanic. You sense that you've been marked, you do well to move away from your allies so that they aren't caught in the blast. I figured out most of these. The weird one is that the ball with the line. Yeah, don't stack. Bravo!
alone. Okay, I've seen this one before. It's a stack mechanic. So this is basically splits damage to whomever is in that area. Again, very similar to WoW. Only this is more not straightforward. It explains it more clearly in this game. Because WoW, the designers have relied on the existence of add-ons for a long time. So they'll have mechanics like this, but it won't be so clearly displayed because they think, oh, someone's going to make an add-on for it. Gotcha, buddy. Pop it defensive. Yeah. Tank Buster. There are abilities that hit very hard that aren't Tank Busters, I've come to realize. So I guess this might be for other people, to make sure they stay away. Yeah, I've seen some are, but I've definitely taken giant hits that weren't marked. Oh. Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know it was a line. I guess if that's a ranged mob, it would make sense. Because I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, it's very similar to that from ICC. Only... yeah, he did. Only it's way more intelligible in this game. Again, in WoW, they just think, oh, they're just making an add-on for it. We don't have to clearly show what's happening. No idea what that does. Chain of attacks. Haven't seen this one yet. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. It's like you're going to be targeted, and it's going to be persistent. That's how this game can function without add-ons at all. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Overcome this final challenge and your training will be complete. Let's go. So we're going to see all the abilities. Allow me to test all that you have learned thus far. In this exercise, you will face a slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal with appropriately to minimize the harm you sustain. Let the exercise begin.
Commendable indeed. Oh. And WoW, we would call these dance fights. Which seem to be the vast majority of Final Fantasy fights. That's probably defensive for fun. Oh, clockwise. Listen to my team. You'll never get a raid team to be this in sync. Pass the final challenge. Let's see, are there more? There is more. Another couldn't touch edge maneuvers, blah blah blah. Agent here will serve as your opponent. Try to get a sense of her oncoming attacks. Am I replaying this? I might be replaying this. I think this is the same one. Oh, no, it isn't. Knockback. Okay. A few moments to position yourself where you push your set distance. Okay. This exercise, I place a ring of lightning ether around the arena. Your goal is to position yourself such that you won't be sent hurtling into it. Or you can use this. But it says most, it nullifies most knockback. Maybe not this one, because that would defeat the point of the exercise. Let's try it though. Yeah. What? I've seen that before. I have no idea what it was. Unlike last time, I don't recommend you stand directly in the center of it, lest you receive a most painful blow to the skull. And so, once more, I challenge you to avoid being flung into the lightning. Where will you stand this time? Oh, so it's another knockback. Just need to stay out of a radius. Good to know. And most fights you do tend to be on a platform where if you get shoved off, it's instant death. I know this one. You take less damage if you're further away. This was in Titan. Let's move on to tower tactics. This type of attack is one that must be endured rather than avoided. Tower. See the tower marker. If no one stands inside to weaken its impact, the entire party will suffer a devastating blow. Okay. So one person has to go in, and you rotate a defensive cooldown. Make sense? Looks like that will be me as the tank. Boom. All of these are familiar, just very well explained in this. Which means I can throw a new fight at you. You don't need any add-ons. And you can just slowly learn it as you go along. When you're standing within the bounds of the circle before the arcane was first. Okay. That's another ICC mechanic. The Blood Lady has this one. I forget her name. But yeah, there's something falling and you gotta get under it. Spectacular work. That, your basic training is complete. Alright, final challenge. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. To overcome this final challenge, and your training will be complete. Allow me to test all that you have learned thus far. In this exercise, you will face a slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal with appropriately to minimize the harm you sustain. Let the exercise begin. Yes, it is. Oh. Oh, no. Get out of my circle. What? I did. I get hit. Oh well. I'm a tank. Fine. Didn't pass the challenge. You really have to grasp that the animations mean nothing. It's all about the markers. Sweet. Alright. Now I have to leave for work. This week at work is all calls and more calls, so gotta go a bit early today. But we killed the Moogle guy. Progress has been made. I know there's a lot more quests before we get to Heaven's Word. So I might get back on tonight if I have time. Knock out some more. Where is... There you are. And we are going to bed. In the middle of the day. I can never sleep like this. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Sorry, it's a bit less energy today, but the house was 90 degrees with no AC working. Luckily, they fixed it today, so it shouldn't be a problem going forward. But thank you all for watching. I will be on possibly later tonight, but probably most likely tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time. And we will see you then. Have a good day.